us. I might drop a double single just because. I might pull a triple double like I'm Russ.
We were all sleeping. Just like that heavy dum dum dum. And you know, we opened the door and they're like asking for my dad.
And they're counting on me.
It was immigration. You know, just seeing my mom just crying and my little brother just watching everything going on. Like, it was just so quick, honestly. My dad just comforting us, just telling us, you know, it's gonna be okay. I wouldn't want anybody to experience that. It was tough, real tough.
Yo.
I was always a dreamer. I was always like, yo, I'm gonna do this music thing.
Double the price in a week, I caught the God in my sleep, You know the tribe on the move, I got a tat on my knee.
As kids, you're growing up and people like dream and reach for the stars. You can be whatever you want. You can be an astronaut and you can do this, you can do that. As soon as you hit high school and you're about to like move into your profession, they're like, no, you can't do whatever you want. You have to follow this plan. You have to do this, you have to do that. And it's like, so what's up with all my dreaming, you know? Everybody's picking out careers and stuff. I want to rap.
Came out the womb premature, I've been ahead of my time. It's your Kyrie, all I got is what's inside me. That's why I don't take this lightly. I'll be shining till I'm 90. Yo.
I graduated. I didn't apply to any colleges. I work at night, so I was working all night and sleeping all day. Your parents look at you and they're like, you're sleeping all day, what are you doing? And I just felt like, dang, I might be letting my parents down. I was like, dang, I should get a regular job. I went and worked at a call center. Even when I was taking calls, I was just writing down like what my website would look like, or sketches of like what my merch would look like, or like breaking down numbers of like, okay, if I invest this much and then I sell at this much. Like, I always just loved like the creative side of things and how to make this work. I'd made up my escape plan from working. So I saved like $2,000 or whatever just to invest in some merch. I mean, I worked for like 4 months and then I just quit. I dropped the song called Don't Forget to Live. I dropped the merch and the song the same day. Yeah, we're gonna go shoot a video. Where are we gonna do it? Oh, let's just do Walmart.
All my life I've been terrified about what they think of me, what they think of these songs.
We literally just went and shot a video at Walmart. And I think that's kind of what helped too. We put it on Twitter and just kind of took a life of its own.
Avoid me to succeed. I don't wanna make a living if I miss a life. I don't wanna make a million if I never buy. More time with the ones that we lost, what it cost to get my point across, trying to put you to the cross. Alright, so impressed by the people trying to flex. Homie got a new whip, but he in debt. And he ain't really happy when he looking at the check, cause he got an image that he gotta protect.
Literally, I dropped the merch like December 4th and like December 25th, 28th. I'm just working. I'm literally like this and the speakers are facing me. And then like just randomly, like it's just this like loud ring and it's just like painful. As soon as it hits, I just stop everything. Like I'm literally sitting on the couch for like 10 minutes like this won't stop ringing. Like it's just like I'm there waiting for it to pass and it just doesn't stop. And then we hit the doctor. I spent all my money I made back from my merch on like the doctors. That was one of the scariest moments just for me. I was really bummed. Like if you talk to any of my friends around that time, they would come over and it was just like this cloud of darkness, I guess, in my life.
Same old song, way too long. Ain't no telling what we'll do. Say my flaws, ain't my fault. All these roads lead back to you. Yeah, you've been on my mind since last year.
Not being able to make music, I'm like, dang, I might have to work again. Yeah, I guess it goes back to like putting your identity in things. So that's something I'm slowly growing out of. Yeah, so I dropped this song and like got posted on one of the biggest platforms in our space. More people heard it, and a couple artists that I just grew up listening to were, you know, showing love.
Homie, let me glow.
And if I keep building, keep growing, keep meeting people, meeting the team over at Reach, and then I meet Cray.
Yeah, hit him with the ooh, why they call me grits.
as time progressed, it was just like, oh snap, we're just meeting up a lot, you know, like I'm at Reach every week, you know, oh snap, I'm recording here, I'm making beats here.
Me and all that faking never seem to click.
A few months went by and then I get the call that they like want to sign me. At my 18th birthday, I got my 116 tattoo. And my 21st birthday, me and my lawyer were talking through like closing the deal with Reach. But God's plan, right? Cue Drake. I'm looking at the camera for this one.
We can't license that, I'm sorry.
So I hit my brother the other day, I hit Black Frost, I was like...
My parents didn't let me listen to anything they didn't understand, so my youth pastor had to co-sign Lecrae. And then when he co-signed him, I was allowed to listen to English rap music. So for me to be a part of that, it was tight, it was real cool.
Didn't I tell them we on the way? They see the tribe moving, they looking in disarray. I know Dilly got no enemies, but if you touch a friend of me, you blast into infinity. You're up and away, man, I'll wait.
I was like 12, 13 when I met my youth pastor, who was just himself, but then he loved Jesus. And like, he was very adamant about us learning the word. He'd go through a chapter, like verse for verse, just like, nah, y'all are gonna understand what this is about. And for me, it was his passion. And it was like, yo, how are you so passionate about God like that? And it was a cool couple years of my life where it was just growth, just spiritually. Parents always seem like unrealistic because they're like perfect to you, you know? It can't be like my parents, but I saw my youth pastor who was wearing fitteds and like baggy clothes. I'm like, I could be like him.
I'ma need a little more. I'm so motivated. Time, please. Oh my God. I'ma need a little more.
I have a Bible where it's like the book of Matthew, like the whole thing is just like yellow highlighter. Because I would read and I was like, oh, this is fire. Oh, this is amazing. And then by the time I'm done reading the chapter, like every page is drenched. It just shapes you, you know? I think that's where most of my music comes from. I wish my dad was here.
No, hijo, es que uno no se puede dar por vencido.
I had to learn how to do things on my own, you know? I had to learn to grow up. I had to learn a lot of stuff just by myself.
Hijo, échale ganas y en ningún momento dudes de los planes de Dios.
There's this unbalanced feeling of like, there's always somebody missing, you know, from everything.
Pray for the daylight, pray for the daylight, pray for the day I find me the way I'm lost and I can't find faith cause it ain't mine. Mama taught me how to pray, pastor told me that I'm saved.
I had my first like real relationship where I actually told my parents about my girlfriend like a week or two before he got deported, and then I told them and he was like, oh, we're gonna have a talk soon, like, and then we never had that talk. It's a lot of moments we miss, you know, like parties, birthday parties, and I mean, when I signed, he wasn't here, you know.
Oh, how shook when the cops knock. Oh, how shook when the cops knock. 4 a.m. and they want pops. 4 a.m. and they want pops. Daddy turned around, said farewell. Mama crying on the stairwell. Little brother go, look out the window. Why daddy got handcuffs on him? He ain't did nothing.
My dad's cool. If anything, the biggest word I could describe him with is sacrificial.
Why they gotta take him? Why they gotta break us?
My dad was heavy involved in church. Straight from work, go to church. He'd go serve at church, like driving the church band or something. And I always saw them very devoted to just God and people. And for me, it was like a lot of just like doubt and just like, why? You know, like we've devoted all this time to God and just loving people, and just like that, they separate us.
Find me the way I'm lost and I can't find. I was just a kid when my dad got deported. Ever since then, everything ice cold. I was just a kid when my dad got deported. Ever since then, everything ice.
I kind of had to be the man of the house at like 16. I couldn't cry in front of my mom because my mom had to be strong. I couldn't cry in front of my brother. He's looking up to me. He wants to be just like me. going to church and people like, I can't believe how strong you are or whatever. And in my head, I'm like, oh man, I'm not. You just don't know. And so it was that balance of like, I can't live up to this expectation of what they think I am. And I can't be like completely real in front of my family because they need somebody to be strong for them. And then so it's just all this weight on you. Yeah, I went through like a season of depression and like suicidal thoughts and just like, I started cutting for a season. It was just like, it was really dark, just straight darkness. I cannot. No. There was this one night that I was crying by myself and my mom, I guess she overheard me. She just walks in and we literally don't say a word. She just hugs me and we just start bawling. Like we're just crying. I think at that moment I finally kind of got to like understand who I was, you know, like understand that yes, there's weakness, but that's when God is most glorified. Yes, there's like struggle, but God is still sovereign.
It's so cold like ice, yeah.
Aquafina, shorty bad, like Selena, shorty hot.
The moment I got to be transparent with my mom, the moment I got to like just let it out, it was like, dang, this is so liberating and this is so freeing. If I could say anything to anybody, it's just talk about it, you know, like maybe you'll feel a little better, you know, and just go to God, you know. I think there's a reason why he sent the comforter. I feel comfortable talking about it because like my dad's in Mexico and we're good, but some people are still like going through it right now and they can't talk about it because they start investigating and then they come to the house, then you're separated. You know what I mean? Or there's people right now, they're driving back from work, going back to their families and they're afraid of being pulled over because they get pulled over, they're not getting back to their families. You know, it's straight to immigration. I never really talked about it much up until like recently with these like songs. Because I didn't want to scare people away, honestly. That was like one of my things. I didn't want people to like reject it just because of like where I stand on things. I struggle with understanding why, but the more I just experience people, the more I realize like, no, maybe this is why. You know, like maybe this is why I went through this because I can talk about it. I can be that voice for people who don't have one, you know. As I kept talking to people, I was like, the biggest thing is just people just feel alone. They're not alone.
Remind me who you are when I forget who I am. I know I'm special to you. It's just hard to understand right now.
San Francisco, I love you so much. I see y'all in the
For me, it's easy to just overwork and just get distracted and just kind of forget our reality. But anytime there's like a highlight, it's always like shadowed by this like, dang, I wish my dad was here, you know. That's what the last 6 years have been like. It's just straight. I mean, he's still like our anchor, you know. I could conquer anything. That's my dad. That's my guy. If I could be a little bit like him when I grow up, that'd be tight. Yeah, right now it's just waiting. I think he had to wait like 10 years before coming back to the country. For us, like, it's big. Like, we want to do it right. We got so much to lose. You know, once he's back, we'll celebrate everything we didn't.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Dónde voy? Yo camino como rey, como rey. Agua viva, aquí no existe la ley. No, no, no.
Understanding that God's still present through our like darkest and the most loneliest nights, you know, like God is still there. And it's something I have to like constantly remind myself. We get so caught up with problems in life and everything going on that we forget to live. Like we forget to experience like the little things. Like, I could sit here and just complain that like, oh, like I don't have my dad. You know, just be a bitter person. But like, I have my little brother and I have my mom, and I'm gonna love him while I have him here, you know? It's just looking at things differently to appreciate what you have.
I'm not afraid to be free. I'm not afraid to be me.
In this world where everybody's caught up in like just self and like social media and everything, like just remember there's other people. Like the person next to you has a whole life that's complex with like, you know, different thoughts and different experiences, and like if you just talk through things, like, yo, you might be very similar. If I could start a conversation, you know, with my music, then that'd be dope. Hey, what's good? It's WHATUPRG, and you watching This Is Me TV. You always gotta do the presidential look at the end.
Rose gold dreams in LA. Came up broke, now we all here. You can't come where I stay. They all told us no, we said oh yeah. Rose gold dreams in LA. They all told us no, we said oh